The H-1B visa is the most popular non-immigrant work visa in the United States. So why is that? What's about this visa?
So there are a couple things. First of all, it's dual intent. So usually what happens is the US company brings the foreign national on a H-1B. It is non-immigrant, but then you also have the intent that you can file for your green card. So we don't have the restriction on, oh, you cannot apply for a green card, or you have to wait certain number of years to do so. So that's one reason. The other reason is the requirements are not as strict as for example, if you want to apply for an O1 or an EB1 green card at this point. And also we have certain new visas every year for H-1B. It's 65,000 for bachelor degree and 20,000 for US master's degrees.
Okay, what about the duration? For how long I get an H-1B?
So the initial duration is 3 years, and then you have another extension for another 3 years. So total is 6 years. Now, if your green card is in process during those 6 years, you will be eligible to extend that H-1B until you basically receive your green card, whether that's going to be 7 years or for some folks from India or China that could be more than 15 years.
Got it. And is it always full-time? Can I only have one job? Can I switch jobs, just to understand generally?
The most common scenario is where you work full-time, you have one employer, it's 40 hours. Now, you can also do part-time H-1B. So sometimes this is actually common with startups. So if your company is a startup and they want to sponsor a foreign national for the H-1B, but they don't have the full-time work for them, they can actually petition for part-time H-1B. And part-time H-1B is considered up to 32 hours a week.
Okay. And I can switch jobs, right?
Yes, you can switch jobs, you can switch employers. What we call this is H-1B transfer. So the new employer will pick up the H-1B and then they'll transfer it to to themselves.
And can I have more than one job at the same time?
You can have more than one job. This is called a concurrent H-1B. So it is common that people have one full-time job on H-1B, and then another company reaches out and tells them, well, we really need your skills. Can you work for us 15 hours? At this point, they can file a concurrent H-1B. So you will be working a lot of hours, but you will have technically one full-time job and one part-time job. What you don't want to do is actually work 2 full-time jobs, because that's technically, it is possible for a week, I guess, but it will be really hard to convince USCIS that you're really working 40 hours for employer A and 40 hours for employer B for like 6 months. That's just not feasible.
Okay. We're going to go into more depth into each one of the following videos, but generally speaking, what are the 2 or 3 main requirements to get an H-1B?
Yeah, so the first main requirement is you have to have a bachelor degree or the equivalent of bachelor degree. Okay. And the job offer needs to be in a specialty occupation.
Okay. And what about the wages?
The employer is required to pay a prevailing wage or minimum wage, which is determined by the Department of Labor. Okay,
perfect. So basically, education, the nature of your job, and how much you get paid, those are the 3 big buckets in terms of an H-1B that we will continue to see now in the next videos.